America, welcome to sports. In layman's terms, I'm the guy Willie SoSo and back from everywhere. First time, long time. It's this guy.
It's a work in progress. I've been gone a couple of weeks, maybe several. I don't know. But I'm back now. I'll be back for a while. I don't plan on taking no more trips no time soon. Unless the cops come get me, don't tell them.
Been around the world and this guy. Anyway, America, y'all know what we do, how we do, and where we do it from. Coming to you from our favorite watering hole, Snookers Pool and Pub in Livonia, Michigan. No coach speak, no media spin, just a couple of guys at the bar with the drinks, of course, talking sports just like y'all. Let's get on into it.
I don't know what y'all gonna do with this, but it got to be funky.
Okay, so we could talk about the upcoming draft, but I'm not.
Not yet.
Because I don't care about the draft because my GM is Brad Holmes, and I trust whatever he's gonna do.
That's you gotta care a little bit though.
Not really.
Hold on, I'll tell you why.
What?
We got a bet, remember, or something like that I tell you, Will Sanders ain't going in the top 3. Do you call it?
There was a bet about Shedeur Sanders going in the top 3.
He's not going top 3. He'll go to 9 in New Orleans.
Okay, well, there it is. It's stated. We'll see.
I don't know about that's my guess, but he ain't going top 3.
And the draft is tricky, man. That's another reason why I don't particularly care to even delve into it. So here's the thing about all these mock drafts. And make no mistake about it, America. Stevie Franchise, who's not here tonight, he's going to hit y'all with his own personal mock draft. He's somewhere nerding out and making that shit up. But here's the thing about it. Does anybody ever go back and see how right or wrong these folks were?
Only if they're right.
And you know why they never go back? Because they're never right.
Never right.
And yet another reason why I don't care about mock drafts like that. But we'll get one to y'all just for shits and giggles.
And here we go.
Here's where we'll start. Let's do this. This past weekend, I guess I got to call him former Tennessee quarterback at this point.
Ah, shit.
Former Tennessee quarterback, Nico, and watch it, I've been practicing this shit. Nico Iamaleava.
I don't know if that's right, but okay.
I think I got it right.
Okay, Iamaleava.
He informed his team that he wasn't going to play in the spring game because he needed a new contract.
NIL?
Yeah, NIL. Now, mind you, this is a college player talking about he needs a new contract.
Like Nelson, I thought the NIL money was sponsorship.
They sort of kind of changed the rules to where they could sort of kind of deal directly with the schools now.
Shouldn't have done that, but okay.
Hey man, there's a lot of shit
they just messing up college sports all around now.
Sidebar. They messing it up for who?
For us, for the fans, for the.
Are you not gonna watch?
I'm gonna watch.
Of course.
I'm just saying.
So how are they messing it up?
I mean, for the, like the Bills in Tennessee now, I'm gonna see him play.
Yeah, you are, because he's as soon as he got kicked off of Tennessee's team, went to the transfer portal, got picked up by UCLA.
Yeah, let's see how that go. But you think give him money?
I don't think he would have went there if they didn't.
They don't need college sports anymore. It's all professional sports now. All professional sports.
True, but the dirty little secret, it's been professional sports for a long time. It's been a farm system to the NFL for a very long time.
But it wasn't as blatant with all the money. Well, people get paid. We get paid everything. The thing is,
now it's legal. So, or at least legal might be the wrong word. It's not against the NCAA rules. It's acceptable. Yeah.
I've always preferred them to get paid, but it's getting out of hand now. Like
yeah,
from
it is. It's out of
I'm
hand.
not gonna play because I get my money.
It is out of hand. And you know what? I love it. I love this chaos. From a fan perspective, I can understand how somebody, is fucking stuff up because we don't get to form that bond with a player. We don't get to teams don't get to stay together, so forth and so on. Everybody in and out of the transfer portal, or they need X amount of dollars in order to come play here, that kind of thing. I never really gave a damn about the name on the back of the jersey in the first place. I always cared about the name on the front of it. So I was never beholden to any particular player.
Well, I mean, me neither, but the name on the back of the jersey is how all this all started. Because you know how it started. Yeah, I mean, I gotta explain it to you. You know how it started.
But see, that's the reason why I like this chaos. Because when it wasn't acceptable for these players to make money off their own name, the schools were fucking pillaging them. They still are to an extent.
What if you on a team like Notre Dame, they got no name on the back of their jersey?
That's symbolic. I don't directly mean name on the back of their jerseys, jackass. You know exactly what I mean.
Why the face or the hand or the everything that's happening?
These schools pimp these players out for years, make billions off of their name, image, and likeness, and tell them that they can't. Now,
my problem though was this. I'm gonna say Valen, but my big problem was they made rules off them right, but they still pay for their school. But you put them on so much restriction, they can't get a hamburger, they can't make so much burger, all that stuff. I had an issue with that.
But, and this is my whole point. You give them a scholarship to go to school. That's the biggest farce in the world. Because they're not going to, they got basket weaving classes. They don't go to Notre Dame or these SC schools, the Big Ten schools, to go to school. They go there to play. That's their job. They're in. So let's not pretend that, they're getting this education. No, they're not.
No, all of them. There's a few. The guy number 15 on the bench, he getting an education.
The people that are there to actually get an education know good and hell well that they're not on their way to the NFL. So yeah, are they taking advantage of that scholarship? Sure they are, and good for them. But now the way these things are set up, they can also do that and set up a windfall for themselves when they don't get picked in the draft. I don't have a problem with it at all. I hope that these players rip and rape their ass for every penny they can get from them. I really do.
I used to have that same thoughts about the NFL, NBA, and all the sports.
I still do.
If you can afford to pay that much, pay it. If you can afford to pay that player that much, get all the money you can.
Yeah, no.
I never thought I'd be saying that about the college.
Well, I mean, but all things considered, when you look at it from the business aspect of it, they've been getting over on them. They've been getting over on these kids for a long time. So let them have it.
I like where your head's at, man.
Going back to your initial statement or question, with the Tennessee quarterback, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name.
Let me do it just because I'm proud of Nico Iamaleava.
I don't think he was the first. If you recall, about a year ago, there was another guy who sat out. Really from they was on a Wall Street too.
I don't know. It's been so much going on, but
here's where the money he sat out.
It's not really so much him in particular that has me inquiring. It's just he was the one to do it, and it's in the news now. And that is, do you think any of these other players are going to sit out? And when he told Tennessee that he was sitting out, for all intents and purposes, Tennessee said, kick rocks. Beat it. We're not doing that. Now, Nico Iamaleava, I'm so proud of myself. He was an okay quarterback. he wasn't say Ashton Gypsy.
He wasn't no Manny, huh?
He wasn't Travis Hunter. So this is really where I'm going with this. Had it been, say, Travis Hunter that did something like this, Shedeur Sanders, one of the Cam Ward, who's suspected to go number one in the draft.
He's on number one with.
We'll have that conversation next week. Had it been them doing it to their school, do you think that the school would have told them to kick rocks? No. They would have gave them the money.
Pony up that cash.
They'd have ponied up and gave them the money. So with that said, if one of these superstar players actually rolls the balls to say something, and not just a marginal player like Iamaleava, if one of these superstar players decides to do something like that, then what?
Well, it's not gonna happen because they're gonna pay them. It ain't get to that point.
They'll never let it get to that point. If it does, how does you talking about the game being changed, the game being messed up? If something like that does happen, how much further does this push the fans away?
It's pro ball at that point.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
But when we make the statement that this is pretty much pro sports, the only difference is, at least in the NFL, there's a salary cap. At least in the NFL, you are contractually beholden to whatever the contract is whenever you sign it.
He ain't lying.
You're probably right. If it was some superstar type player, it wouldn't get to that point. But I think that this is something to keep an eye on moving forward, because in the future, it very well might be a superstar player. And what they're going to do then is my question. The other thing on the docket tonight is our Detroit Pistons, as they move towards their first NBA playoff game in like 8 years? 8 years, something like
10.
I don't think it's quite 10, but it's a long time. In previous shows, we've had this conversation about what our expectation was for the Pistons, and in general, it sounded like this. The floor is they get out of the first round. That's the floor?
Yep.
What's the ceiling?
Competitive in the second round.
Just competitive in the second round?
Don't give Blau 4-0.
Getting to the East Conference.
Yes.
What is in his drink?
Listen, the same shit that's in mine.
Nah. I'm gonna like this segment.
You said that your expectation is them getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's correct.
You saw how they looked coming down the stretch of the season. They were a little shaky.
Kevin Villa.
They still looked a little shaky, even when he was in.
Yeah.
But you still expecting Eastern Conference Finals?
But 2 weeks ago, who they beat? They're on home base. They beat New York.
Yeah, about a week ago.
New York was fully loaded too.
Well, no, they didn't play Josh Hart and they didn't play OG Anunoby.
But 2 weeks ago, they did. The only ones I was busted, he's hurt. Multi played.
You're not talking about the last time they played. You're talking about
the last time, 2 weeks before that. A week or two before that.
Okay.
Buster was out, but the rest of them played. They were still upside Buster.
Okay.
And my they played the beat. What are you talking about?
Okay, right. That was the time they didn't have Anunoby or Hart. But
I just think they can beat New York. I think they can beat the Cavs.
Okay, so but you said Eastern Conference Finals. I said that they would be whoever they played in the first round, and it just so happens that it's going to be the Knicks. And for all the reasons you say that, yeah, I agree, they'll get out of the first round. But 9 times out of 10, the next team they're going to have to play is going to be the Cavs.
More than likely.
I don't see that. And I'm rooting for my squad, but I don't see that.
You disloyal, fool ass, bitch made punk.
So they beat the Knicks. How many games?
6.
I sort of kind of feel that way.
It ain't gonna be a walk away from the Knicks. It's gonna be a fight.
It's gonna be a whole fight.
It'll be a fight.
All right. Now we making the assumption that Cleveland is gonna beat whoever they have in the first round.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So then if we wind up playing Cleveland,
I think Detroit match well with them. And
how many games?
yeah, I'm gonna go 6.
My nigga, you worth it, dude.
I said what I said. Okay, well, what you said was some bull.
America, y'all tell us what y'all think. Y'all think the Pistons got what it takes to get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year? Let us know in the comments section. And you also need to make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this content. Let the world know we out here talking our shit. You can also find this on Facebook at Sports in Layman's Terms. You can find it on Twitter or X or whatever it's called at Lay Term Sports. Also, YouTube at Sports in Layman's Terms. Again, like, subscribe, and share. On behalf of the whole crew, I am Willie SoSo, and this is...
More crazy shit been happening in the NBA. Come on. Now, the Pistons, now. Come on now. Work in progress. They like the Pistons. Got better bigger staff for me.
This has been Sports in Layman's Terms. We're going to cut you off right now.